TITANIS. TITANIS was a prehistoric flightless bird. Its name means Titan. TITANIS was a genus of flightless bird belonging to the group called terror birds. These birds were the lions of their era. Despite this, they came into contact with other predators, such as Smilodon gracilis, Canis edwardii and Smilodon fatalis. Like all phorusrhacids, TITANIS had elongated hind limbs, a thin pelvis, proportionally small wings, and a large skull with a hooked beak. It was one of the largest phorusrhacids, possibly similar in size to phorusrhacos based on preserved material. More recent estimates place TITANIS at 1.4 to 2 meters, 4.6 to 6.6 feet, in height and over 300 kilograms, 660 pounds, in body mass. Due to the fragmentary fossils, the anatomy is poorly known, but several distinct characters on the tarsometatarsus have been observed. The skull is estimated to have been between 36 centimeters, 14 in, and 56 centimeters, 22 in length, one of the largest known from any bird. Studies of the related ARGENTAVIS show that large phorusrhacids had very stiff and stress-resistant skulls. This indicates they may have swallowed small prey whole or targeted larger prey with repetitive strikes of the beak. It likely preyed on mammals such as the extinct armadillo relatives Homzyna and Glyptotherium, equids, tapirs, capybaras, and other Pliocene herbivores. TITANIS is unique among phorusrhacids in that it is the only one known from North America, crossing over from South America before the Great American Interchange. HAASTS eagle. HAASTS eagle, sometimes known as Fuller's eagle, is an extinct species of eagle that lived in the South Island of New Zealand. Commonly accepted to be the Puakai of Maori mythology. It is the largest eagle known to have existed, with an estimated weight of 10 to 18 kilograms, 22 to 40 pounds, compared to the next largest and extant harpy eagle, Harpia harpygia, at up to 9 kilograms, 20 pounds. Its massive size is explained as an evolutionary response to the size of its primary prey, the flightless moa, the largest of which could weigh 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. HAASTS eagle became extinct around 1445, following the arrival of the Maori, who hunted moa to extinction, introduced the Polynesian rat, Ratus exulans, and destroyed large tracts of forest by fire. HAASTS eagle predominantly preyed on large, flightless bird species, including the moa, which ultimately led to the species' extinction. Moa would be up to 15 times the weight of the eagle. Its large beak also could be used to rip into the internal organs of its prey, leading to death by blood loss. Due to the absence of other large predators or kleptoparasiter, a HAASTS eagle could easily have monopolized a single large kill over a number of days. Its prey, the moa, could weigh up to 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. Giant stork. Leptoptylos robustus, from lepto in Greek, thin, slender plus tylo in Greek, soft feather and robustus in Latin, strong, is an extinct species of large-bodied stork belonging to the genus Leptoptylos, which also includes the marabou stork and the adjutants, that lived on the island of Flores in Indonesia during the late Pleistocene. It stood at about 180 centimeters, 5 feet 11 inches, tall and weighed up to an estimated 16 kilograms, 35 pounds. Due to its large size, L. robustus likely occupied a terrestrial predatory or scavenging niche, likely heavily relying on the dwarfed elephant relative Stegodon florensis for a large part of its diet, and probably competing with Homo floresiensis, Komodo dragon and Trigonoceps vultures for food resources. The majority of the discoveries are concentrated in Liang Bua cave located slightly north of Ruteng in the East Nusa Tenggara province. Leptoptylos robustus was discovered in the Liang Bua limestone cave on the island of Flores, Indonesia, which is located about 13 kilometers northwest of Ruteng. The bone fragments were collected from Pleistocene sediments at a recorded depth of 4.25 for 70 meters. Robustus was likely heavily dependent on carrion obtained from carcasses of the dwarfed elephant relative Stegodon florensis, the only large herbivore native to the island, for a large part of its diet, and likely heavily competed with other carnivores present on the island such as the Komodo dragon and Trigonoceps vultures 4_Stegodon_ carcasses. It probably also hunted giant rats and young Komodo dragons. Elephant bird. Elephant birds are extinct flightless birds belonging to the order Epeornithiformes that were native to the island of Madagascar. They are thought to have gone extinct around 1000 AD, likely as a result of human activity. There are 3 currently recognized species, one in the genus Mullornis, and 2 in Epeornis maximus is possibly the largest bird to have ever lived, with their eggs being the largest known for any amniote. Elephant birds are thought to have had a K-selective life strategy, taking at least several years from hatching to reaching maximum body size, as opposed to taking around a year to reach maximum body size from hatching as is typical of birds. Elephant birds are suggested to have grown in periodic spurts rather than having continuous growth. It has been suggested that Epiornis straightened its legs and brought its torso into an erect position in order to browse higher vegetation. Some Malagasy fleshy palm fruits with hard, thick, highly sculptured endocarps, the inner layer directly surrounding the seed, such as those of the highly threatened forest coconut palm, Vonioala gerardii, which lacks effective living seed dispersers, and Saturnala decasilvi, may have been adapted to be ingested by elephant birds and allow the seed to survive the journey through the crop and gastrointestinal tract, as palm fruits with similar features native to New Guinea are readily ingested by cassowaries, who serve as major seed dispersers to these palm species. Argentavis. Argentavis is an extinct genus of pterotornithid known from 3 sites in the Epicuan and Andalhuala formations in central and northwestern Argentina dating to the late Miocene. Argentavis was among the largest flying birds to ever exist, holding the record for heaviest flying bird. Argentavis' territories probably measured more than 500 square kilometers, 190 square miles, which the bird screened for food, possibly utilizing a north-south flying pattern to avoid being slowed by adverse winds. From the size and structure of its wings, it is inferred that magnificens flew mainly by soaring, using flapping flight only during short periods. This is further supported by skeletal evidence, which suggests that its breast muscles were not powerful enough to enable flapping of the wings for extended periods. Although its legs were strong enough to provide it with a running or jumping start, the wings were simply too long to flap effectively until the bird had gained some vertical distance, meaning that, especially for takeoff, Argentavis would have depended on the wind. Argentavis may have used mountain slopes and headwinds to take off, and probably could manage to do so even from gently sloped terrain with little effort. Comparison with extant birds suggests Argentavis laid 1 or 2 eggs with a mass of around 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds, every 2 years. The young are thought to have been independent after some 16 months, but to not reach full maturity until they reached roughly 12 years of age. To maintain a viable population, no more than 2% of birds could have died each year. Because of its large size and ability to fly, Argentavis suffered hardly any predation, and mortality was mainly related to old age and disease in adults. Garganornis. Garganornis, meaning gargano bird, is an extinct genus of enormous flightless anidid from the late Miocene of Gargano, Italy. The genus contains 1 species, G. balmani, named by Meyer in 2014. Its enormous size is thought to have been an adaptation to living in exposed, open areas with no terrestrial predators, and as a deterrent to the indigenous aerial predators like the eagle Garganoides and the giant barn owl Tyto gigantea. The tibiotarsus of Garganornis is approximately 30% larger than that of the living mute swan in circumference. Based on comparisons with the latter, it has been estimated that Garganornis had a weight in the range of 15 to 22 kilograms, 33 to 49 pounds, larger than any living anidid. This suggests that it was likely flightless. Garganornis and the rest of the Microtia fauna has been dated to the Tortonian stage of the late Miocene. During the Miocene, the Gargano and Scontron areas were part of an isolated archipelago that has been referred to as the Apulia Abruzzi Paleobio province. Small mammals, including the gymnor ancestors of Deinogalarix, probably reached these islands via rafting. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, it really helps more people discover the content. And if you want to keep learning with me, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.